Hey y'all, I'm Krista and welcome back to my channel, Real Talk and Redemption. And if this is your first time here, welcome. So have you ever been frustrated with life? Like life, one thing after another is happening to you and you're just at your wit's end and you want something to be different. You need something to change, but you're not even sure what that change is. Well, that was me on one Mother's Day. So during this period of time, it's about 2 years into our marriage, and we're having some marital problems. I'm dealing with constant migraines all the time and battling a little bit of depression. And at this point, I just want a little bit of peace in my life. So it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Wes comes to me and asks me what I want to do for Mother's Day. Well, I'm instantly annoyed because I'm thinking to myself, it's Mother's Day. You don't already have something planned for me. So, so I was already in my feelings, had an attitude, little stankness going on. And even though I didn't say it to him, but that was my thought process. So I'm like, okay, you ain't had nothing planned for me. You ain't even been a really thought process. I'm gonna be messy too. And so my response to him was, let's just all go to church today. And I said that because I'm like, he ain't gonna want to go to church, and it's gonna be the one thing that he say no to. Then I'm gonna have something that I can argue with him about and be like, oh, so you asked me what I want to do for Mother's Day. I tell you what I want to do for Mother's Day. Now we can't even do what I want to do. I had already scripted it out in my head in just those few little seconds because I was just messy and in that place. And our church that we went to at that time offered a service on Sunday nights. Well, now here we are heading to church with our kids on Sunday night, church service that I didn't really even want to go to. I just said because I was trying to be messy. Like I said, I was trying to be messy. So now we're in church. We get to church, sit down, get in our seats, and then I realized, and we were late, and I realized that it ain't even normal service. Here it is. They having some type of women's ceremony, graduation, little event on the stage. And I'm like, okay, I didn't even want to come to church. Then we come to church and I ain't even gonna get to hear nothing. I'm sitting up here and these women up on stage, and none of these women looked like me. There was no melanin in their skin. There was a whole bunch of white women on the screen and I up on the stage, and I was just like, wow, this is quite a Mother's Day. But I'm thinking this is what you get. You shouldn't have been playing around talking about you wanted to go to church when you know you didn't really want to go to church. So this is what you stuck with. Well, as we're sitting there going through watching the ceremony that's going on the stage, I don't know what was going on because I was really kind of not paying all the way attention. I was a little bit tuned out. Is they had something that I wanted. It was like this level of joy or peace or something, whatever it was. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I felt something and I wanted some of that energy that they had. Well, right after the church service was over, or graduation ceremony was over, and they had let everyone out, I practically chased down the lady that I seen on the stage that was hosting the event. And I chased her down. I'm like, ma'am, going through all of the events trying to catch her attention. She stops. I introduce myself and I'm like, hey, I don't know what was going on, what that was about. Can you tell me a little bit more about it? Because I want some of that. Next thing you know, here she is hugging me, introducing herself, saying she's so excited to meet me and get to know me, and tells me all about this program called the Kingmakers. It's a discipleship program, and that all the ladies on the stage who just been commissioned had completed the program, and that there's another one starting up soon that I would be perfect for, that she had been waiting for me. It was my first little like, what you mean you've been waiting for me? Lady, you don't even know me. But she was like, I love you and I'm so excited to get to know you and this is going to be great. We've been waiting for you. And all of my bells are ringing like red flag, crazy lady, back up, walk away. But yet I didn't. I sat there, I stood there, and I continued listening to her. I'm engaged to what she's telling me. And this sounds like nothing I've ever experienced before. I never been in a program like this and not sure if I really wanted it. But the energy that I felt from those women on the stage, I wanted some of that. Even if I can get just a piece of it, 10%, 25% of it, I wanted some of that. So I gave her all of my contact information, and over the next couple of weeks, she was calling me, texting me, hey sister, I love you. Just want to tell you about this is what's going on. These are the dates. This is what's going on. I mean, she was constantly kind of every few days texting me, just random text messages. I love you, thinking about you, God loves you. And I was like, am I about to get involved in a cult? Because like, what is this? This is some crazy stuff. But I stuck with it, kept pushing through, because I'm like, if I can just get a piece of what those women were getting, I'll know I'll be in a much better place. I will be able to walk a little bit differently, feel little bit differently. I was all on board for whatever it was that was going to take me to get to that next place. During this experience of kind of going to the church that night, seeing the graduation ceremony, talking with the leader and the founder of the Kingmakers program, what I didn't realize was that this was all a divine plan by God, setting me up to be in a place where I can actually start some of the healing process for a lot of the deep wounds that I had, some of the wounds that I didn't even realize I still had because I thought that I had been healed from so many different things. And it was basically like his form of an invitation for me. What I learned is that God often can answer your cries, your silent cries, in some of the most unexpected ways. It doesn't always have to be some big grand gesture, fireworks, big signs like, hey, it's me, God, over here, that type of thing for him to reach out to us. Sometimes it's in those very small, still, unexpected moments. I mean, look at something. I'm just trying to be negative Nancy and, like, oh, let me tell him I want to go to church. And then look what happens. I end up at church, and it started one of the most profound journeys of my life and my relationship, my development of my relationship with God. So don't despise the small beginnings, the small starts, the small moments, because God has a way of showing up wherever you are in every little moment of your life if you're just open to kind of hearing from him and seeing him. And that was not my intention. My intention was I was trying to start an argument with my husband, and look what happened. So if you're in that place where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, just know that you don't have to have it all figured out. Go ahead and find moments where you can say yes to even just the small moments of peace. Every single moment that you get is important. And just understand that even though you may not feel like it, God is working behind the scenes. So keep pushing forward and knowing that your peace is around the corner. So if anything that I shared with you today spoke to you, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. And I'll see you next time.